And one of the questions the candidates will likely address tonight is the minimum wage. Now, you have seen the protests. Fast food workers demanding $15 an hour.
In fact, 64 million Americans make minimum wage, and the majority of them, again, as you can imagine, they simply want a raise. Now, here in Indiana, the minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. In neighboring Illinois, it's $8.25 an hour, and in Ohio, it's $8.10.
In Kentucky, minimum wage workers make $7.25, and in Michigan, they're paid $8.15 an hour. Now, right now, there is a small rally at the State House, one of more than 200 across the country. And our City Beat reporter Mary Mills has a look at their demands.
The push to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour has led to numerous rallies across the country, like this one outside an Indianapolis McDonald's last year.
Give us our team!
Tammy Bear has joined the fight for 15. She's a certified nursing assistant who does home health care full time. While she makes more than minimum wage, averaging just over $10 an hour, she says even that isn't enough.
It's hard. There's times, Mary, I don't know which way to go, which bill to pay first, which one to go for. Two of them's wanting to garnish my wages right now.
Here at Dawson's on Main, owner Chris Hill says everyone, even the dishwashers, make at least $10 an hour, often more.
I know how hard it is to raise kids. I've got 3 of my own that I raise, and a wife and a family and college education.
He says higher pay has also meant less turnover. But as for a mandatory $15 an hour,
$15 would be very tough. Then I'd be selling $15 lunches instead of $10 lunches, and I don't know that the consumer would consume that.
Any increase in the minimum wage will affect me in a big way.
Karen Vance opened this yogurt shop 3 years ago. She has just 5 part-time employees, all students.
I start people out at minimum wage, but I do increase that wage as they get experience.
She says to pay even $12 an hour would require a huge jump in sales just to break even.
I don't know that it's necessarily going to help for the government, to mandate what businesses need to pay people.
But Bear says for her, 15 is worth fighting for.
I'm not saying it'll take all the pressure off, but it sure would help.
Mary Mills, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Now, while several cities across the country have raised the minimum wage on their own, Indiana state law prevents cities from doing that here, though they can set a higher minimum for their own employees.